How are we, YouTubers? See this? People talk about depression. But you don't really see the face of depression. And, you know, there's many different faces of depression because there's different sorts of depression and men's mental health and stuff like that, right? So, you know, I've been in a bit of a place. You know, has to do with a lot of things and that have happened and things like that. But I'm going to pause this and I'll continue on. I'll be back. All right, okay. And to explain more about my channel now, because I've been a bit all over the place with this channel. Not, I know what I want to do, and you know, well, what I want to do my best to, you know, either and explain about myself, what sort of person I am, and you know, maybe help others, even if it's just for a laugh. You know, it's amazing, you know, just to have someone laugh. You know, it can do amazing things. But you know, just bear with me. I'm going to hit pause, right? I will explain this. I do have a GoPro that Danny Hayes, $1 Million Bogan, gave me to help me, you know, to help, you know, make better videos. That's it. I didn't ask him for anything. You know, I've only ever asked. Well, I didn't even ask for that. You know, it's just his friendship, you know, mateship. Colin and everyone else, and all the boys in, you know, in the gang. Yeah, so you know, I'm getting there slowly, but as we know, times are tough. So things, you know, happen. So I've got my phone. I've worked it out. I'm starting to, you know, narrow things down. But anyway, I'll just pause this and I'll come back to you. But just have a look at this space. You know, just, all right. So this is, yeah, I've been battling things. Okay, but I'll be back. All right. Right, I'm back. All right. Hope you can hear me well. I'll sit a bit closer. Lift the chair up a bit. Right, Mary sits in this chair, and as we all know, Mary's only 4'11". Right, I'm like to say I'm 5'10", but you know, I'm really 5'9". Not like Denny. He's only 5'7", 5'6", anyway. Right. So as you can see, right, transformation. Had a shower, had a shave, got off the couch, and I've done something. Now, I want this to be as short as possible because I don't want to bore you with unnecessary things that we already know and stuff like that. So, right, as you may have seen, I've changed the name of my channel. Now, I'll explain the changing because this is the third time now it's changed, or the fourth actually. Now, originally, I started a YouTube channel back when I bought my Ducati Desmo Sedici. For those of you who don't know what a Ducati Desmo Sedici RR is, D16, that is the very first four-cylinder Ducati ever brought out. Okay, they were always V2s. That was the very first V4. Okay. Reason why they did that is because when MotoGP was going, MotoGP was two-stroke. I raced in Australian Super Sports 600. I raced Australian Superbikes. I tested for Honda, and you know, along the lines, other things. Okay. I raced, and I know raced against, they were, you know, how can I put it? The people I raced against, like Cameron Donald was one, Paul Young, Chris Taylor, Paul Free, Adam Ferguson, Rick Ferguson, you know, Murray Tayton at BDX, Phil Tayton's brother, he sponsored me. I rode the NZ Air Freight Superbike. I rode Michael Doohan's actual two-stroke 500 as I was allowed to test at Phillip Island with them when Honda was testing. I've been, look, some of what I've got to say in this channel, and I'll get to that. Well, I'll get to it right now. So when I bought my Desmo Seduci, which at the time was the world's most expensive production bike, they made $1,500 to do the world, and I was able to obtain one. They were $120,000. They brought them out in between 2008 and 2009, and they have not made them since. The new Ducatis may have the similar motor, but it's not the same motor. They're still using my motor in MotoGP to this day, the Desmo Seduci RR D16 platform. So, as you can imagine, yeah, that was an achievement, and I wanted to share that with everyone in a manner that you can achieve things. So I called my channel JB's Desmo Seduci RR. Okay, totally new to YouTube in regards to subscribing and everything else like that. So I was bringing out videos, Desmo Seduci Part 1, Part 2. I mean, if you go back, you know, I had no fucking idea what I'm doing. I still don't have any fucking idea what I'm doing. And anyway, so as it went on and stuff, I brought out some, you know, videos and stuff. You know, it's my experience and that, and that's what YouTube was. It wasn't a marketing. Hang on a minute.
I'm Phil Richardson, owner of Rich Tech, and you know who to get.
Thanks, Oscar. Thanks, mate. Oscar takes the remote. We'll turn it off. Good boy, Oscar. So and as I put videos up there, and YouTube used to be like that. YouTube was like a thing where people just videotape themselves, or they've caught something on camera, put it on YouTube, have a laugh. There was no making money in it. It was not for likes. It was not for subscribers. It was just like, I'll put it up there, you know, just the fact that, you know, I caught it. You know, that's it. You know, now people are actually going out of their way to making pranks and it's almost like turning on the fucking news now, YouTube. I mean, you've got Andrew Tate, you know, you've got all these, you know, people, and look, you know, there's a lot of people making money. Anyway, getting back to me. So I changed my name. You know, it was, I changed it from JB's to Rolling Jukebox. And then, you know, because the reason why I called it Rolling Jukebox is because I've got a Harley and Ducati and a little monkey bike, and the reason why I call it Rolling Jukebox is because in my opinion, I can't say factually, but I find it very hard for someone to challenge the stereo system that I have on my bike. You know, it's 4 speakers, surround sound, Polk speakers, Polk 6x9s in the rear, Polk 6x5s in the front, a 500 watt 4-channel focal amp in the front, and the same amp in the 500 watt 4-channel focal amp in the rear. So it's crystal clear. It's very loud, and you know, I bought that. It's a 2016 CVO Street Glide. I love it to death. It saved my life. And I've done 110,000 Ks on that bike. Now, people ask, yeah, I love bikes, but that bike, I love music too. I'm very emotional when it comes to some songs that come on. They really hit a nerve. I'm sure with many people, certain songs really, you know, like, you know, Eye of the Tiger. I mean, how can your adrenaline not go up with that? to, you know, Lincoln Park, you know, in the end, things like that. So I was stuck with that. It wasn't until recently, as you may have seen, I've changed the name again to JB's Go Get a Pie, and then I added the show. Right? The reason why is there was a video that I made in regards to me finding a bus, and I described to the police officer over the phone, because the driver wasn't in the bus. It was a metro bus, and parked where it shouldn't have been. It was running, no driver, and it's running. So I told the police, Reservoir Police, where the bus was, where it was situated. Of course, they're asking whereabouts, any landmarks, and I said, yeah, Pie Time's across the road. And the response I got from this is at 5:45 in the morning on Mahoney's Road, very busy road that morning during the week, where this bus shouldn't be. Traffic delays were there, massive. How there wasn't a car accident, I don't know. But the bus driver was not there and the bus was open. I was walking around in the bus. And the response I got from the police officer was, maybe he went and got a pie. So I responded in a video where you see me start off, I'm shaking, hey, I'm a sane, and that's one of the videos. Anyway, this person, Paul, he was in hospital at the time, and he made mention that he laughed and the pie really, he was quite happy, and he kept on mentioning the pie. Anyway, I was thinking about it, and the pie stuck for some reason, you know, and I'm like, well, you know, and my grandma used to make pies, and pies were a big deal, you know, at home, you know, shepherd's pie, meat pie, blueberry pie, apricot pie, you know, there's a lot of different pies. There's savouries, there's, you know, it's a lot of pies, you know, and the thing with a pie is all nationalities, all religions, colour, it doesn't matter. Everyone, there's a pie in their society. It breaks barriers. It's like bread, you know. And I thought about it, and I went, yeah, pie. I'll call it a pie. Go get a pie. Go get a pie. And I'm thinking about it. I said, you know what? I'll call it JB's Go Get a Pie Show. So thank you, Paul. I hope you're feeling better, because Paul, he's back in hospital. I hope he's doing well. And hello, Andrew. I look, to my subscribers and the people who write in the comments, I really try to answer you all with words instead of, you know, emojis, you know, different acronyms and whatever else like that, you know. And if I don't, I guarantee you I give you a thumbs up and a love heart in your comments. I do, and I love receiving comments. I really do. So please send more, everybody. You know, don't want to say subscribe, but I've got to say like and subscribe. You know, I've got to. You know, and I would like to get my subscription rate up higher. And I'll tell you why. I'll be honest with you. You know, because I'd like to earn some money out of this, so I can give back more. Not to have a better life or anything like that, so I can give back more. Obviously, maybe a better life. Just not hugely, just enough, you know, but not get bravado with it, not be stupid with it, you know, to be able to maybe give a better video, you know, so it presented better than this, and things like that, and give more time and better content instead of, you know, my lounge room and stuff. But you know, so yeah, like and subscribe, and I do endeavour to get back to you all, and I do. And the people out there, you do know that I do. I do know. But look, I'll be honest, I hit my dark periods. See this? This has been in the making for 6 days. I'm not proud of this. You know, sitting in my own squalor, doing nothing. I'm not a lazy person. I've just lost, I don't understand people have had loss. You know, I'm no more of a person who's lost more than anyone else out there. I've done a lot in my life, so getting back to the channel, got a bit off track there, sorry. So it's called JB's Go Get a Pie Show, and the reason is this, and I'll be brutally honest. How I sort of came to the spotlight really was with, you know, $1 Million Bogan, Danny Hayes and Colin at Geelong Harley. I told my story, how I put a gun in my mouth and pulled the trigger. Now, Danny physically didn't save my life, it was me. I laughed at what he did, what I saw in the video. Now, in that time, you know, yeah, I lost a tooth in that because I was committed. It was going to happen. Simple as that. And the trigger did go. The gun did go off. I lost a tooth. I've lost many teeth since then. See. And I'll tell you why. Because when the gun went off, all guns kicked back, and it was in my mouth. You can imagine, you know, the kickback on a gun. You know, it does kick, and they're made of iron. They're not steel or anything like that. They're made of iron. You know, the barrel part anyway. Some better guns aren't, you know, but most, you know, they have to put up with a certain velocity and quite a bit of heat. I've been trained in guns. I've been trained in hand-to-hand combat, unarmed combat. I've experienced many things, and I've been in some of these. So anyway, what happened was when it went off, it's bounced on the other tooth and it's hit them, and it's basically cracked them. And over time, you know, they're cracked, gone. You know, so yeah, that's why I have no teeth. It's not because I had I'm a junkie or anything, or poor dental. I also had my jaw broken in 2 places when I was 13. I was king hit by a 25-year-old bloke at a bus stop, and my jaw broke here and here, and it was actually out of place. At that, I wasn't knocked out. I pulled it in front of him and put it back into place, and proceeded to attack that man. And yeah, at that age, people were very surprised on the damage that was done. I don't know where it came from. I was born into a single parent family to a mother that really didn't want me. Well, she didn't want me. She's since passed away. She committed suicide. Anyway, so yeah, so getting back to the pie. So I thought about it and I thought, you know what? To get a pie, you've got to get up. You have to get up. You have to get up, and you've either got a pie in the freezer or you got to get up off the couch. You got to get up, and you want that pie. You got to get it. You got to turn the oven on, or you got to go out. If you don't want to wait for it, you got to go out and you got to meet people. So that's why I say go get a pie. For those people who are just suffering a bit, you know, you want limited contact, but you need to get outside. If anything, you need to get outside. People know me. Look, I don't put myself in the spotlight, but it's just where my job or the situations put me. People may think I like the spotlight, and really, you know, how can I put this? I like to be in the spotlight where I'm helping people, but I don't like to be in the spotlight to be seen. That's never been my role in any of my jobs. Doing security or bodyguard work or surveillance work or anti-poaching. I was in anti-poaching, did anti-poaching. Worked with the army. I wasn't in the army, let me make that quite clear. I wasn't in the army, but I contracted. There was a time there where I was involved with the army. Let's just say that. I have worked with the police, but let me make this quite clear. Never as a rat or a dog. I wasn't dogging on people, nothing like that. I was simply facilitating a gap that they had, that it was earning me good money, where I was either home protection for domestic violence against either man or woman or child, where the police they didn't have the resources or the intel, whatever it may be. Just the way to get in there and make a better resolution to the situation. I've also assisted police in averting, retrieving young teens, also children that have been kidnapped. That, you know, the police resources only can reach so far. There is a dark side to this world, and, you know, with coppers, they can only go so far into the dark before everyone in that world knows exactly who you are. The people who bounce between that world to benefit themselves, they are rats and dogs. I did not benefit myself by putting people in jail or dobbing on people at all. I merely looked at the situation and thought, that's wrong. Morally, it's wrong. Whether you're a crook, whether you're a cop, whether you're a judge, don't give a fuck. You know, it's wrong. You hurt children, you hurt innocent people, and, you know, you put, and I stand here now, you put anyone in front of me who says I'm a rat or a dog for for stopping a pedophile or a rapist or someone who picks on old people, and you have them tell me that I am a dog or a rat, I tell you now, they are. And that's the problem with the youth of today. So anyway, getting on with it. So that's why I came up with that my new channel. So this is what I'm going to do. This is basically an introduction. And that's, hi YouTubers, welcome to the new JB's Go Get a Pie show, where I will tell stories. Some will be funny. All of my stories are factual. They're my experiences. They're not an opinion, right? When I talk about a story, it's something that I've been a part of, or I've heard from someone else who's credible, where I know it's factual. Okay? And it's also going to be this. So it goes, hello YouTubers, welcome to JB's Go Get a Pie show, right? Stories and confessions, right? I will confess some things. The reason why I'm making this, why I've done this, is because I'm 52. I have hit a wall. It's a wall that I never had in my life. It hit me pretty hard after something, and I'll talk about why this has come about, not now. So, and I'll be brutally honest about it. Suicide, I call it David. When David comes, it's there all the time. It's like a pirate and his crow. You know, it's on my shoulder all the time. I suffer from PTSD, so it's things I've seen, been a part of, done. And with PTSD sufferers, it's more to the point of, what could you have done to have a better outcome? It's not what you did, it's what could you have done. And that's what plays on their mind. So yeah, I'm doing this because I don't want people to worry at all. But I can't change how people think, and people reach out and everything else like that. And I know people mean the best. But I'm 52, and I have 2 children. I have 2 children. Yeah, I had 2 children. Anyway. I have a grandson that I don't see. I have a partner now, Mary, who I adore. I love her to death. I'd do anything for. I'm very loyal with my friends, fiercely loyal. And I'm fiercely loyal to people I see that are being ridiculed or just picked on for no reason. I will protect those. That's just me. I'm what you call it. I'm a sheepdog. There is no flight with me, it's fight. But I will give you all the warnings in the world, like a sheepdog does. I protect. I do not leave the flock. I will not leave my ground, no matter what. And I'll talk about stories like that as we go. But this is just an intro to the new channel. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm nobody famous. I finished school when I was year 9, really year 8. My life has taken me around the world. I mean that, around the world. Not on holidays either, and around Australia, to some beautiful places, to some horrific places. I've been in the most beautiful places and I've seen the most horrific things. I've been in the most horrific places and seen some most God-sendingly beautiful acts. Yeah. And so I want to document the story and the life of JB. JB's Go Get a Pie show. My auntie Eunice said to me I should write a book. Many people have said that. A lot of people have said that. And people that you do all know their names of, you know. I've rubbed shoulders with, not just rubbed shoulders, I've been very close friends with a lot of people in crime syndicates and in politics, in you know, General Cosgrove, there's one. Princess Anne, I rode horses, equestrian, Old English dressage with Princess Anne. I was offered a scholarship to Vienna for the Lipizzanes. I worked for the Lovick family, doing cattle mustering and other work. You know, I took delivery of rare pearl from Omar Sharif. Yeah. So getting to the is because I do. Danny Hayes made a comment. He said, you know, when his death, not to Martha, but he expects that he'll die on the road riding a motorbike. Yeah, I was of that, and I also was, because of the person I am, I was also of the opinion that I would either die on a motorbike or I would be killed at work or just on the street looking after someone else, and I'd be bashed to death or be stabbed, shot, whatever. And I have been stabbed. I've been stabbed 12 times. Not once by the one person. It's over a period of time. I've been shot 3 times. Very, very lucky. So, but I didn't think I would be ever saying this, but the reason why I am doing this is and documenting my life story, because no one's going to interview me. I don't live an interesting life where it draws people to want to interview me on about my life. But my life past and even present, what I see, how I see things, and you know what I'm doing at the time, when I see them or the situations happen, it's very funny. So you have to find a funniness in a situation to be able to move on and keep. You have to. It doesn't matter what the situation is and how people might take this. I know some people might, you know, in the comments might laugh at me, call me a wanker, what the fuck, and all of this, and people do, and that's fine. I'm okay for that, because we live in a world where we've got freedom of speech and people have every right. But don't say anything that's not factual. That's all I ask. Call me a wanker, but do you know that I'm a wanker? Say that's not true. How do you know it's not true if you don't know me? I can tell you now, my stories will be factual. What I put in there in mannerisms and, you know, things, they will be all real too. And that whether I did them, you know, at the time, at the situation, I may or not have, but whatever I'm talking about, it happened. Okay? Confessions. I'll work on what you give me and ask in the comments in regards to what you'd like me to confess to and things like that. So yeah, the reason why I'm doing it is because I never thought that I'd be when David comes. That day might be today. It may be in a week. It may be in a year. I don't know. So I want to document as much as I can to help other people listen to my stories and confessions and just, you know, make someone laugh. Not make people see that someone else is doing it harder than them. I don't want that at all. People's pain is people's pain. And pain, you know, it can't be measured, but you can definitely look at other people out there, and we all know that when we're going through hardship, there is someone else out there doing it worse than us, and that's the fact. But at the time we're going through pain, we're in pain. And the last thing you want, you know, I mean, if you're a person who's constantly going on about it, well then fucking hell, enough's enough, you know? I'm sick of hearing about your fucking sore finger, and you're telling a bloke about your sore finger and I'm missing a hand. You get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? You know, don't whinge about your fucking your blister on your finger when you're telling it to a person who hasn't got a fucking hand. You know, I mean, you know, you just use your fucking smarts. But I just want to get as much out there just in case that day comes, and I'm no longer here. Because to be honest with you, I don't think that my life will be taken via a bike accident. It may. A big one is it may come because I've intervened in something either, you know, that's unjust. Violence is definitely on the increase out there. I've had friends affected by home invasion. Yeah. The reason why that hurts is because my daughter went to jail because she did a home invasion. I'm no little Lord Fauntleroy, and I have done crime, but I did not enter any home that didn't need to be entered, and not for me, because it needed to be done. But they'll be in stories. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers, and thank you to all the people, and I can't remember all your names. There's Robert, there's Andrew, there's Paul, there's Tex, there's Danny, there's a lot of people. Colin, Andrea, and everyone, yeah. So yeah, that's fine. So this is the intro to JB's Go Get a Pie show. Stories and confessions. Okay, love you all. Please like and subscribe. Share my videos to people you might think that need a cheer up, or just even if you get a perp out of them, they go, "What a fucking wanker!" You know, what, just send me this. Well, at least you've got the effect that you want from that person. You've risen them up if they're feeling down. You've made their mindset just change. So yeah, all right. Thank you all. Sorry for the tears. Yeah. But see the change? See the change. All right. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye-bye.